Hello everyone, hope we're all good. Welcome to the All or Nothing podcast. Please don't get confused with this channel's title and the official All or Nothing podcast, which is run by a guy called Decca Heggie. Now, I've been getting a few messages recently saying, why have I stolen? Why have I stolen? You stole the title, the All or Nothing podcast from Decca Heggie. You bastard. I was thinking, what? Behave. It's just a coincidence. I've called it the All or Nothing because that's how I go in life. It's all or nothing, and I thought it was quite appropriate. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I've got no beef with him. I've seen all the drama with Decca and the people on YouTube unfold. Like, it was like an episode of EastEnders. It was like a soap opera. I watched him defend himself rigorously against allegations, people wanting to see his DBS, and personally I thought to myself, lad, the truth will defend itself. Only lies need defending. Don't get up there and start making, a show of yourself. This kid can fight. I've seen him fight my mate. In all fairness, I thought Danny got the better of him. Yeah. That's my opinion, that's my view. I thought the fight with Dean Lynch, he was well overweight in comparison to fighting Dean. Dean is more, from my opinion and my view, he's more of a boxer. He's flash, bam, 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 in and out. I don't know if he's got the power, but I respect him for getting in the ring. I respect any man for getting in the ring. However, back to my view on all that drama. I wasn't getting involved. That guy's never done anything to me. So why should I jump on the bandwagon, start hating on him? I haven't got this misguided loyalty. I haven't got a misguided resentment. If someone said to me, if I had a friend and he went, Bill, I don't like him. Years ago I would have said, well, I don't like him either. I can't stand him. Just because you don't like him. Then I'd get to speak to the guy and find out he was a really nice person. So I had that misguided loyalty. So what gets said, on YouTube, and then people jump on it and start hating on it. It's quite negative. So I avoid all that. But yeah, this is just to keep it clear. This is the All or Nothing podcast. He's changed his title to the official All or Nothing podcast. That I thought was quite amusing, to be honest. Well, you can have that. And I wish him well. I haven't seen or heard nothing from him for a while. He hasn't been on this platform. Hope he's okay. I knew he was struggling with his mental health. Some people love him, some people hate him. Some people believe him, some people don't. I don't know. Seriously, so I haven't got an opinion on him in that way. I just want to talk about things that are positive and things that I've been through in my experiences. And when I got the all clear from cancer in February the 8th, 2017. I had a few friends came down to celebrate, my recovery from Glasgow, Bob and George, and it was incredible that they travelled all that way to see me. And they came to my home. George, he's been in recovery for over 17 years, maybe longer. Bob, he had 6 months under his belt. I had about 50 something odd days. I was clawing back at recovery and trying to get clean and stay clean. I'd relapsed, and it was my chance to get around people who were positive. And Bob and George came down. Bob went out Saturday afternoon for a little walk. Me and George sat and had a little chat. Bob was missing for a few hours. George was concerned because he had his suspicions that Bob, wasn't really focusing on staying in recovery. So we went to look for him. We found him at the bottom of my street, slumped against bollards, wiped out. He was gouging. He's used. We don't know what he's used, but obviously he appears intoxicated. We picked him up. We got him in the car. We took him to a meeting. He was okay for a bit. In the meeting, one of the lads, Lee Garrett, came over and said, Billy, Bob's in the toilet. He's slumped against the door, and we're a little bit concerned. So we got him, took him out the meeting. Said, come on, Bob, we need to take you to hospital. And he's a big lad, Bob. He's young, 35, 6'2", and about 18 stone. Scars everywhere. His nickname in Glasgow was Bulletproof Bob. He was allegedly an enforcer for a firm up there. You could tell, and I could believe it. And he looked intimidating. And we were going, come on, Bob, we need to get you the Aussie, mate. You know, you're not well. He's going, I'm alright, pal. I'm brand new. Hey, get away. So there's nothing you can do. If someone's refusing help, all you can do is be with them. And that's what we did. We took him home. He was in my house. We sat down and we had something to eat. Bit of square sausage. George brought that down with these, you know, Scottish tatty scones. And we had a sandwich and made sure he was okay. And he was eating. He was all right. Sent him to bed. I put him in my room. I was staying on the couch. George was staying in the spare room. We heard Bob. He was snoring like a steam train. He was just snoring right through the walls. Okay, he's all right. Yeah. About 7 o'clock in the morning, George comes running down the stairs, white as a ghost. You know, I was half asleep, still trying to get the cornflakes out my eyes. What's happening, mate? You all right? He's just shaking his head. Bob's dead. Bob, he's dead. I was like, what? What do you mean? Bob's dead? He said, but he's dead. So I was like, nah, this can't be true. Went upstairs. And there he was. You could tell straight away, you know, he was dead. You know, the colour of his skin. We called an ambulance. They were saying to us, you know, can we give him CPR? Can we check his vitals? And we just knew that, you know, he was long gone. He obviously died in his sleep, you know, lack of oxygen. I don't know what's happened. You know, we were in shock. The police have turned up because it's a sudden death. It's a young man. The ambulance are there. They've, you know, the body's in the house for a few hours. We're giving the police statements of our whereabouts of the day before and what happened up until his death. And, you know, I'm quite vulnerable because I was like, yeah, like I said, I was 50 plus days clean. George was gutted because he brought him down as a newcomer. You know, it was a friend, and he was going to go home alone. You know, for 9 hours the police were there till he removed Bob. And you know, George is in bits. He's got in his car sobbing, and he's gone home. He's got to tell the family. He's got a couple of kids. I'm sitting in the living room, head in my hands, thinking, you know, what happened there? You know, the day before we were out, we were having a meal, we were having a laugh, we were on the pads. You know, he's gone out and he's relapsed, and just like that, you know, his life is gone. And you'd think that'd be enough just for someone to go, right, that enough's enough. And now I was like, I had all these intrusive thoughts coming through the back door of my mind, and you know, I couldn't escape, you know, all the nightmares and the horror stories that were going on for me. And once again, it was like drugs became appealing, and I relapsed a couple of days later, and I was back in the grip of using for another 12 weeks before I got clean on, what was it now? It was the 23rd of September 2017. I got my first day clean. But before that, I had to go to a rehab. Now, I've been to rehabs before, well, one in Bristol, but this second rehab was like a high-end rehab in Essex called Sanctuary Lodge. You know, it was 5-star food. I goes in there, I've got nothing. The reason I went there is because, you know, I put my hands up and I said to the producers, look, I'm struggling. You know, I need to tell you, you know, I've relapsed and I need some help. They all got together, got a care package together, paid for this private rehab, which cost thousands of pounds. I went in there and you could tell people were in there getting their asses wiped with £50 notes. Got a problem with a bit of sniff, Stars pay for them to go in. You got. I'm not going to say who's in there, but you've got, you had celebrities in there that I'd met, pop stars. Felt out of place. I felt like, I was a pure, I was definitely different compared to everyone else. And they made me feel that way as well, to be fair. I went in and it was like DBT, dialectical behaviour therapy, 12-step orientated. I knew how to stay clean. I just needed to get clean. I needed a safe place. So, I was in a bad way. They put me on Subutex. I was coming off all kinds. I was rattling for a long time. And on the 23rd of September, I got my first day clean. Right. A couple of days before I did get my first day clean, one of the lads, there's a little village in Alstead, Essex, where there was a little off licence, and we used to go out to a meeting down the road, and I noticed this off licence, and I'm sitting up in the rehab one day, and I spoke to this kid who had a few quid wrapped around him. He was in his room. I said, look, should we get a bevy? He went, yeah, I like a bit of rum. Yeah, there's a bit of dough. Should we give me dough? I like a bit of brandy, mate. This is like the go-to. It was about 8 o'clock at night, we're in the garden. He said, keep shush. I'm out the gate. I've climbed over the fence, bombing it down this hill into the village. Runs in, bangers, goes to the counter, sweating like a glass blower's ass. Look, give us a rum and give us a brandy, some coke, blah blah blah. Quick, pays for it, gets it back, bombs it back up, pitch black, in the shadows, operating in the dark. Gets back over and hides this bag in the behind somewhere anyway, so it's out of place. Sat down, I'm out of bread. Someone blew me up straight away. Said they'd been drinking, right? I hadn't even actually took the drink at that time. I hadn't even had a bevy then. And one of the support workers have approached me and said, can we give you the breathalyzer? I was like, yeah, it's sound. What for? Knew straight away. I knew who it was. I know who you are. You're out there. I know who you are, lad. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You were doing the right thing. You were trying to save, your own skin. And if you're in a vulnerable place like that, you don't want people like myself picking up and using, and that's the truth. And I shouldn't have done it, but I did. Luckily, when I had the breathalyzer, obviously I hadn't had the bevy. I got away with it. So they ain't going to breathalyze me again. Took the bevy to the room. The other kid, Kaz, he didn't want the rum, so I've got a brandy and a rum in my drawer. I've got a phone that I've smuggled in. I'm in this, so I'm sitting there bevying, and it was just, I don't know, it was just horrible. It was horrible. I'm sitting there thinking, why am I even doing this? And it was the 22nd. It was the 22nd of September 2017. And the next day, I put my hands up and surrendered and made that decision. I wasn't going to do it again a day at a time. And I haven't used since the 23rd of September 2017. Yeah, but it's just, the little reason for the story was, the consequences, the people that, that come through our lives, and the people that we lose. I wish them all, eternal rest in peace. And, it's sad that people are taken so soon. And if there's anyone out there that's struggling, really, you're not alone. There's places to go. I know there's different pathways in recovery. People want to go to NA, CA, AA, GA, Codependence Anonymous. There's different fellowships for different people. And I'm not saying like a fellowship's for everyone. It doesn't work. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I've had a few experiences in there where I thought, what? There's people in here robbing the fellowship. There's people in here just taking advantage of vulnerable newcomers, jumping in the cars, getting them to take them on holidays. I see it all the time. They're our asses, just NA grafters, pure bums. They're clean, and that's about it. They're not in recovery. They claim they're in recovery and they're all spiritual and all high and mighty, and they elevate themselves with these fancy words, and they come across really, really like well with these powerful speeches of motivational kind of ways of staying clean. Bullshit. Go and pull that mirror out and have a little look in it, right? Because all you're doing is robbing yourself and the people who need help of recovery. So yeah, there's different pathways, and I know there's opinions, and I don't even know where I've gone with the story, but I hope you've enjoyed it. It's just a little, it's a brief one. Thanks anyway. Take care to that.